I'm going to scream at Sam to catch me.
I try to catch him too.
Okay, failed.
3.
Failed. There is slow motion vomit going through the air like it's Apollo 13.
I'm jumping out.
That's not punk rock.
Crumps of rocks.
Rumpin'.
God, how would I say that to Sam? Good lord.
You took a bullet.
To the brain. Can't say I can do that. Last time, we're trying to escape a huge amount of non-Euclidean, like, wasteland vehicles in the land of distortion in our shitty little van. Ari rolled a very bad roll, and our Q van
I don't know about that.
just went upside down, and we're all currently in slow motion in midair with Ave Maria playing.
Yeah, you're all in midair. Those of you that are still inside the car are in 0G, we'll say. So, Ari, you're driving, but your butt's now flying off the seat. You're having to physically push down. Those of you that are in most danger right now are Sam and Rem, who are outside the vehicle and are kind of tandem flying next to each other as your trajectory after hitting this wall of rock that has catapulted you upwards. Rem, you have 10 seconds to make a decision of what you want to do. Sam, you're on deck. You also need to make a decision here.
I'm going to scream at Sam to catch me.
I try to catch him. I also want to see if his cable is still plugged in.
There's no way a 3/4 inch cable doesn't come unplugged when you're flung into the air.
These are
It's
like
fortified. It's
industrial.
fortified.
Are they? The
Yeah.
gold. Yeah, we got the gold XLRs.
This is the nice shit in the back. of the
These
car.
are those Zenons,
If you yank it at an
$1,000
angle,
Best
it'll
Buy.
jam in there.
All right, we'll say it's fucking plugged in. Why not? Actually, you know what? That makes a lot of sense with a band that has to deal with this rugged stuff. Maybe you loop it through your strap.
I try to grab a hold of Rem, hoping that the cable's gonna hold us both.
Okay, roll a 2d6 for the first part, which is your grabbing him. I will roll the 2d6 for the rope.
Okay.
How'd it go?
We got a 6 total.
Well, I don't care about the totals, so what were the dice showing?
1 and a 5.
That means you succeeded.
Oh, okay.
That actually worked out. All right.
Amazing.
What did you roll, Dave?
Well, we're about to find out. You are able to snatch Rem out of the air.
I just do like a bear hug.
You successfully grab Rem, and there's a moment where you're still flying, baby. Like a missile, and then suddenly tug! You are tugged back down and whipped, boom, right into the ground. Sam, you're going to take a point of damage.
Okay.
Rem, you are shielded by his meaty body. You're good. It hurts, but it's not damaging to your, health as an entirety. Ari, since you're in control of this vehicle, there's nothing you can do in terms of landing it.
I'm hitting the honk repeatedly,
The honk.
and there's actually no noise out of it because we just can't afford to fix it or anything. So it's just like it's like a cough noise.
You're suspended in 0Gs. You guys wearing seatbelts? No, you guys aren't wearing seatbelts. You don't have those in the back.
That's not punk rock.
I had taken mine off trying to catch Quinn when I wanted to lob them.
Oh my God, how's Quinn doing? Can I do a Quinn check?
One of these.
Oh!
I am probably puking into the empty chip bag.
We got another barf, ladies and gentlemen. We got another
Got a
barf.
Counter.
Barf check.
2.
Can we get a barf counter
Editor,
up on
editor.
barf counter on the screen?
Barf count. Barf
check.
2.
All right. Well, there is slow motion vomit going through the air like it's Apollo 13.
No, I'm in the
yeah.
bag. It's in the bag. I'm clean.
Yeah. You're in 0G is what I mean. It's being floated through the cabin of the Qmobile. Jake, how's it going?
I'm jumping out.
Oh, just out the back?
If you jump off of something crashing, but you hit the ground before the thing crashes, you live. So
Right, like an elevator, huh?
That's so true, actually.
Yeah, that's just physics right there. It's like Legolas when he jumps off the rocks in the fucking
Yes.
Hobbit movie, right? It's just real.
You see, when you're in zero gravity, you can't just jump out of the vehicle. I have to sort of tuck and roll So because it's like that scene in Gravity. I'm gonna just maneuver myself. So like this little
You're just swimming?
graceful. Yeah, I'm like a little, like a fetus inside of a mother. Just like.
Sure, yeah.
You're
Nice,
just
right?
like a fetus.
You're
inside.
just like a fetus inside
I'm like
of
a
mother.
metaphor
That came to my mind.
inside of an enigma.
Clear for me one thing. Are you jumping out the back of the car? Are you trying to go out because the back door is open? Are you just trying to jump upwards with inside the cabin of the Qmobile?
Out the back screaming.
Shit, okay.
Shit, okay.
When the DM says shit okay,
That means things are good.
Did we?
Things are
Are we
going
playing
well.
bad?
No, you're
keep
playing
count of
great.
those,
It's
too.
super fun. I just want to make sure that I'm understanding correctly.
Oh, you
guys,
got me.
leave a 5-star review on the QRPG. We're doing great.
Yeah,
Leave a-
if your Grubhub order was here within 10 minutes, please leave it.
give us
5-star on
your
the
likes,
QRPG.
comments, subscribes. Give us a Twitch.
Tell
bit.
us what you were eating in the comments. This episode is sponsored by Grubhub.
This episode is definitely sponsored by Grubhub.
If
Tell
you
us
were
what
still
you ordered.
If you are still eating after Jordy vomited, tell us what you are eating.
Shit, okay.
There is a moment of silence as the Qmobile flies through the air, reaches its apex, BAM! Slams into the dirt. Ari, you need to make a strength check to gain control of this vehicle. Jake, you jump right out of the back of the car and hit the fucking ground. What did you expect was going to happen? Take 2 points of damage as you begin to roll. I'm going to let Sam and Rem go ahead and roll a perception check, and with disadvantage.
2.
Okay, failed.
3.
Failed. You don't have enough time to react as you see the twirling body of Jake just roll past you. And the
Shit,
Qmobile
okay.
just rips off without you,
Shit,
Jake.
okay.
Everybody else, depending on how Ari rolled,
A 6 and a 4, so.
great, you were successful. Fortunately, using as much strength as you can muster, you correct the wheels as it wants to careen into the direction of its velocity, and you're able to get the Qmobile somewhat back on track. Whizzing past you, though, are all these clumps of rocks and various other outcroppings of terrain, and it is taking your full concentration to navigate this narrow valley, and it is not smooth. Those of you that are perhaps, I don't know, wakeboarding behind the fucking Qmobile, it's a rough ride. And if you don't correct it soon, you're going to continue to take damage. You are being whipped back and forth, and if I'm understanding your position correctly, Sam, you are kind of embracing, protecting Rem, right? Connected via the industrial strength 1/4-inch cable from your bass guitar, which holding your bass as it is too is also an uncomfortable feat, because you're probably like this wrapped with a giant Gamma Sam around you, and so you're just kind of spinning like a 7-Eleven hot dog tied to a string.
Shit. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to describe it in ways we can all
The
understand.
metaphor.
Can I attempt to complete that visual and just try and maneuver everything so that we are actually surfing on the base itself?
You are wrapped right now in Sam, so if you convey that maybe to Sam.
God, how would I say that to Sam? Good lord.
What is this, an anime cutscene? And you're just kind of like, oh, I'm so shy.
God, how would I say that to Sam? Good lord. Point at the base and point at the ground and be like,
I still have that drumstick I was talking about, so I'm gonna try and correct our flailing by jamming it into the ground to kick us up in a way that we can get out of this spiral.
Gotcha. Yeah, go ahead and roll a 2d6 strength.
Don't
I
fuck
mean,
this
just a
up,
check.
Sam. It's gonna be so
Test.
sick if you do it.
Okay, I got a 6 and a 1.
It works.
Boom! Woo!
You jam, once again, an industrial grade drumstick into the ground.
What is it? Is that like a piece of metal?
Yeah. It's a 2x4.
Shard of
Metaphors aside, you stick that bad boy into the ground, and the momentum that is then carried from the stick meeting the fucking earth launches you forward. It reverberates up your wrist, but fortunately you're strong and you've been working on it, so your wrist strength is pretty good. And you are able to use that extra leverage to pull yourself out of the spin and then land on your legs. And you kick your feet into the earth, and there is just tons of dirt being kicked up from the balls of your feet. You are still holding your lifeline, essentially, which is Rem, as they are the one who is still attached to the vehicle. But you're skating, which is pretty cool.
Okay. One of my calves is blown out.
That's true.
The calves.
It hurts like a bitch. Jake, you kind of wipe the dust off you? Okay, yeah, it hurt. But there's a moment of quiet as your, the tinnitus of all of this action is reverberating in your head. And, let's say the camera is just viewed on you, and then
I turn around.
you turn around. A motorcycle comes by and picks you up by the scruff of your neck. And there is trouble afoot as you are now being held hostage by the war party that is the Hyperbolic.
Oh, not again, Jake.
They've got Jake.
Everybody else, you do see that the Hyperbolic has entered
Okay.
the valley with you guys, and they are within striking distance. Again, the bikers who are kind of in the forefront are taking these jumps off of the boulders and what they can in the ravine here. And they are trying to take pot shots at you guys. You hear the motors of one of them go vroom, 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 as it has no traction and flies over you, and several gunshots fire through the top of the Qmobile. Fortunately, none of you are hit, but it's the Indiana Jones moment where bullets are flying through and pockets of light are coming in through the bullet holes. Backed up against the wall. We'll say that Quinn was just standing in the ground and a bullet just kind of ricochets around and hits them in the head really quick, but they're just like unfazed by it.
Oh.
Okay, that's good to know. That they
Yeah.
can take a bullet
You
and
can
be
take a
fine.
bullet.
To the brain.
Can't say I can do that.
Can I try, because I do have these, like, skater-esque rocket shoes that I could, like, skate alongside the car and try to save Jake.
You're cruising. You're moving at a speed, but maybe if you hopped out at speed, like you're trying to, again, we're pretending this is a boat on some level. You're trying to just barefoot ski this bad boy. It might be possible.
If I take a page out of Rem's book and take a instrument out with me, parasail out the back.
Yeah, again, you guys have these industrial grade 3/4 inch cables that are just screwed into your guitars.
We got like 10 for like $5.
It's a good deal at Guitar Center. I got a 6 and a 2.
You were successful. You click your heels together, and there's just this moment of boom, boom, like the jet engine starting up, and then you grab your what axe are you bringing with you?
I've got my base. I'll take that guy.
You grab your base. Who sees Jordy jump off the back?
Actually, can I see what Jordy's doing?
No, you've just been captured. Where Sam has brute strength, you are able to use maybe a little more finesse and are able to skate upon the dirt, making your way back to Sam and Rem. Jake, I take that back. I think this is all happening in bullet time. So you have been caught by the scruff of your neck, and you are now holding onto your neck as you are being pulled up. But during that time, you are able to see them take these actions.
I refuse to wear a seatbelt, so I've been thoroughly rattled around. Formed all the right calluses to be knocked around in a van.
What's that image? That's the humans who have evolved perfectly to withstand a car crash, that image?
Yes, that's kind of what I got going for me. I'm like, damn, did somebody get the number of that Mack truck that hit us? And I kind of like elbow Ari.
I go, I want my membership card. This is the time to talk about this.
So let's go check in on Jake. How's Jake doing? Jake, buddy, are you all right?
I hit the brakes of the car and I'm like, no, we're gonna talk about this. I'm not moving the car until I
Dude,
get
I don't
my
want to do this
membership
right
card.
now, man. I don't want to do this right now.
7 weeks I've auditioned for this band.
I don't want to. Yeah, I know, but like, I just think that there's a probationary period, and we don't know.
How did Quinn
If-
get one? Quinn got
if
one
I
with the
d-
photos on it. You signed off on it.
I think Quinn just has more lasting power for the band. I think
This is
a
a
lot to
a
contribute.
topic of a bigger conversation of
Them, you hear a massive collision behind you. But fortunately, Sam and Rem, as the brakes are hit, your momentum is not stopped. Jordy, you're kind of propelling yourself, so you're kind of immune to this, but Sam and Rem, you're rocketed into the back of the Qbomb as the brakes stop.
Is the back door open?
Yes,
Yeah,
the
it's
back
been
door
open
is
this
open.
whole time.
It's
So
been
do they
open.
just fly into the car?
Yeah, exactly. Right as you're having this conversation, it's just
Oh, so everyone's back in the van. Great. Hey, Ari, you know what? We'll talk about this later. We'll figure something out. Let's hit the gas. Let's get out of here.
No, I just think that, I've put a lot of time in this band. I just want to get the
Oh my God,
membership
Ari.
card.
Ari.
We got
gotta
everybody?
fucking go, bud.
Oh, okay.
Is
Dwarf band has now caught up and is within 10 feet of you. If the front of their vehicle pushes you forward.
Whoa!
You are within the jaws of the hyperbolic. They are right on your corner. There is no avoiding them now. It's time for a fucking fight, Qbomb.
Oh shit! Let's square up.
Fine, let's get these guys off our backs, and then I'll get my membership card.